another 2021 Highroof Promaster for a client in California. Can't wait to show you. Welcome inside, guys. We are going to start here with our kitchen. Again, this is our Vandemic package with one little extra update we'll show you. Over here, went with an acacia butcher block countertop, which is beautiful. You'll notice there's extra space here, so there's no stove in this one, and I'll show you the reason why, but this is what the client wanted. So we've got a nice 4-foot acacia butcher block here with an extension of about 16 inches. So it gives an additional, it almost turns it into a 5.5-foot countertop, which is great. The other great thing about this extension is, we'll show you in a little bit here, but both front seats swivel. And so you can actually use this for a variety of different reasons. It actually turns into a table, just an extension of the counter to help cook food, and just more counter space, which is great. Moving along this way, kept the black theme with a black faucet. It's a pull-down faucet, and it comes with a nice deep black stainless sink that we like to use, with our spice rack in the back, and then again our self-ratcheting, not ours, but self-ratcheting paper towel holder is a must-have in here. But the sink is great. It's a deep bar sink. It's about 14 inches by 10 inches by 10, so it's super deep, which is great for doing dishes in van life. And the other great thing about having our setup here with the Vandemic package is we include a hot water heater, and that rests right underneath here, but you'll have hot water here to the sink, but also out back on the outdoor shower we'll show you in a little bit. Behind the sink here, we include a USB outlet if you need to plug anything in. There's a water pump. Got to have that just to have pressurized water inside here. And then this other button here is for the undermount 10-gallon water, gray water tank. So this is an option, whether you either need it or want it. This client wanted to have it. So again, 10 gallons. That button is a push release, so it will release whenever, wherever you would like, which is kind of nice. So you get to pick and choose where that disperses. Underneath here, we've got a push release drawer. For this is typically used for cutlery, all your utensils. It's above the fridge, which is great. Just adds another little another drawer in here. There's a few more on the other side. We've got a big 100 or isotherm 130 fridge, which is 4.6 cubic feet, which is a huge fridge for van life. We'll show a little bit more inside here in a second. Towel bar. We've got two 110 outlets here, and then a light switch here. So there's 3 zones for lights in the whole van. So the first zone is the kitchen, living room, there's the bedroom, and then the garage. The cool thing with this switch right here is it's a 3-way switch. There's a switch on the outside of the kitchen cabinet, so while you're coming into the van at night, you can actually turn the lights on while you're getting in and not stumble in here and try to figure out how to find here and fall and hit your head or something. Underneath here, I'll zoom in here in a little bit here, but we've got a no dirty water filter. It's a newer company. Again, we've transitioned into using them. Their products are geared specifically for van life. Great company, fun to work with. And that pretty much wraps up the kitchen here outside of our little ledge here. Again, it's kind of just a staple in our builds. Create some separation from the kitchen and the bedroom, but it's just it's something else to set, you know, if you're cooking or cleaning. It's not huge, but it's enough to actually set some things up here to get out of your way. And then above here, there's one overhead cabinet for pantry stuff if you'd like. Overall, there's 6 overhead cabinets in the entire van. headed over onto this side of the van, and I just said that there's 6 overhead cabinets, which there normally is in our builds, but microwave. First time a client has asked for this, and so we decided to put it up here. This will actually work really well here, and the great thing about this microwave, it runs off of 900 watts, which is super low wattage, which is awesome. So we can run down the face here. They wanted to run the ceiling down the face of this. We actually narrowed the strips up a little bit, just makes it a little bit more modern, I think. So the microwave will run off of the inverter, and so this is the controller for the inverter. Just switch that up, and then you've got your power. I haven't used a microwave in a long time, but it'll do its job over there. I still don't even know how to use those things, but anyway, pretty cool thing. They did not want, again, they didn't want a stove, a gas stove, or or typical induction stove top. They're just need a microwave. That's where we're going to be warming up the food, and they may get like a little Coleman or a plug-in induction stove top for them. Next to the inverter is just the solar charge reader. This also gives a readout on the batteries. And then straight down, we'll head down, go a little bit backwards here, is the cabinet here underneath is for the toilet. So we do provide a cassette toilet for our builds. Again, probably more so in the case of an emergency. It's just nice to have kind of peace of mind, but for the most part, if you're out camping around, the idea, go in nature, it's freeing, it's great, or you're going to be in some type of civilization, kind of like we are here in Denver. You can pop into a coffee shop or a grocery store and take care of business there. Also, a gym membership. If you are looking for full-time van life, get a gym membership, do the $10 a month or whatever it is at Planet Fitness or 24-Hour Fitness, and then you can pop in there all the time. You can camp there as well. My brother, who used to live full-time van life, that's what he did, and he just camps near one and was able to pop in every morning. Moving this way, we've got the closet in this one, which is nice. Hang bar in there, again, it's about 4 feet tall. Can hang a couple closets, I was going to say. I don't know if you're going to hang any more closets, but maybe some sweatshirts, or just have the ability to hang some stuff, which is kind of nice. Up above, we've got 2 bigger overhead cabinets. Again, we try to maximize the space up here, and it's one thing that we get credited on from clients and just people in general. It feels spacious. We're in a small space, roughly 70-75 square feet. So how do we maximize that? And so we build off the frame of the van out. We've got a gentleman who does all of our cabinets, runs them on a CNC machine, so it's precise and exact, rests on the frame, and then it's secured up, and it just saves space this way without compromising actual storage space, which is great. Blackout shade here. This is more of a blackout blind, which is cool. I thought this was a great find that we found last year. Again, you notice here it's very homey feeling inside here with the leather handles, actual real shades. They are blackout shades. These ones aren't insulated, but we do include insulated blackout shades for the front of the cab and then for the slider door as part of our package. So they chose a black one here. There's a variety of different colors through that company, which leads us down into one of my favorite actual fabrics so far, and we've done a lot of builds, but for me this is really beautiful. So we've got about a 4-foot couch. We had enough fabric here, and they wanted a couple extra pillows, so we were able to have our seamstress do the pillows as well. It's a 3-inch cushion front and back, so there's a little bit of squish there, so you're not hurting your bum too much, and it's nice and squishy. Lagoon Table. This might be a little, but maybe you can catch me in here, but Lagoon Table is great. It's standard in every build. Again, the great thing about these is that I can be sitting here on the couch, use it as a table, a desk, and then again the 2 front seats swivel, so this can swing this way. We can actually raise it up, and if there's 2 people there, you can actually share dinner or a meal in between each other up there, which is kind of nice. And, you know, third kind of use for it again would be, this might be overkill in this one, but you know, you can use it as an extension for, you know, of the kitchen as well. I mean, you can raise it up and have it be all level playing field here and actually have a good amount of space to be doing your cooking. And also better yet is actually drying. Have some extra space to dry your dishes is kind of nice to have. Below me here is again, standard layout here. We've got 2 bigger drawers here, followed by 2 a little bit smaller ones, and then I'm in the way. We've got our garbage and recycle, or 2 garbage cans here. These are great. Again, our guy throws these on the CNC machine. Pretty cool little feature of how he does everything there. Makes it easy and simple. So this is the front of the cab here. Well, kitchen and living. We'll swing it around. I'll show you the front real quick, and I'll do something a little bit. I'll show you one other thing a little bit differently this time. I want to show up front here, again, standard in every build that we'll do is we'll include 2 swivel seats. Just helps open up the space. Like, this is great. I mean, 2 people can sit here. You can pop the Lagoon Table off if you want to really open this up, and actually 2 people could sit facing this way, but having this space up here, again, small space, how do we open it up and feel bigger than it might really be? And this is a great way to do that. Underneath here is the Wavasto Heater. I'm just showing it to you here this time here. This again ties directly into the gas tank of the van, and it runs off a 12 volt. So it takes very little power, and it literally you could run this for days on end on a full tank of gas, which is pretty cool. Wintertime is right around the corner, especially here in Denver in the mountains. The great thing is you can take this and head out, and say you're going to Vail or something for a long weekend. You can, instead of spending $1,000 a night out there, you could rent a van that has a heater like this that we have available, and you can head out there and just leave the heater, you know, let it run on 55 or whatever, just to maintain some type of heat in here so stuff doesn't freeze, and it's pretty awesome. So the control for this is in the bedroom, and I'll show you. It's a regular thermostat. You can program it, you can set it, you can, you know, it's very easy to use, but just a great thing to have in here. And while I'm here, I'm going to show you 2 things. So we have 2 max air fans in here, one right above my head. Cool thing is you'll get 2 remotes. You only need one, so you can control both fans with one remote, which is nice. The other one's in the bedroom. Sorry, that's a little loud right there. But the cool thing with the max air fans is they're waterproof, meaning you can have these open in the rain, and rain's not going to come inside the van, which is cool. There's 10 different speed settings on it, so you can adjust how much air you want coming in, but the other cool feature is how much air is going out. And what I mean by that is you can have one pulling air in while the other is pushing it out, and it gives you a nice circulation of air. It's great on summer days because it does keep the van, it keeps air running through the van and relatively cool. And then I forgot to mention over on the side, but I mean, you saw it, but it's a window, it's a sliding window that's screened. With that cracked open and the 2 fans on, you really don't need air conditioning unless you're in 120-degree heat, which I know it is out there, but for the most part, you're gonna be pretty good just with this setup here. And that was kind of the whole idea of how do we not have everything, you know, I guess where I'm going is an air conditioner takes up a ton of space and then jeopardizes having 2 fans, and then there's a good amount of solar up top there. You're going to lose the ability to have as much solar as well. So our setup here with 2 fans, a sliding window, and roughly almost 400 watts of solar does a good job of keeping it nice and cool in here and making it feel nice and homey. I mentioned earlier, I just wanted to show how these work. These are the Van-Made Gear Blackout Shades. They're insulated, awesome product. We include this with the build. People think we're crazy for doing it because they're an expensive piece of an actual build, but we want to include it for our clients. So this is cool. Again, these are magnetized, so they just stick in. This one here can stay up all the time, which is awesome, and then it just buttons itself up. Unravel it there. You can hear it lock. That's just the magnets picking up the metal. That stays there, literally completely blacked out, so you can be wherever. You can be parked in a neighborhood. Nobody knows you're going to be there with all these up, which is pretty awesome. Again, I'll drop a link in the comments below so you can get your own down below. Welcome to the bedroom. I always sound like that when I do that, but I guess that's how I sound. So the bedroom, we have a short queen. Again, what that means, it's 75 inches tall. A normal queen is 80 inches, so you lose 5 inches, but you don't jeopardize the width, so we still have a full 60 inches wide. We do a fixed bed just to maximize the garage space, and making and breaking down a bed every day is kind of a pain in the butt, so this is how and part of the Vandemic package and layout, and so you get a fixed bed. 6 inches memory foam comes with it as well. Over here, again, we mentioned, so the controller for the max air fan sits right here. There is a second one that will come with it just for the second fan. Again, it doesn't necessarily need it, but if you wanted to, you could mount the second one up front, possibly. Here is the Wavasto thermostat. We've put it here in the bedroom. Just for the most part, you're not going to be needing it while you're up front. Like, it's more so what I found, I guess, in my own travels is it's nice to have access to the heater on cold mornings to warm the cab up, and the floor. That's pretty nice. Here again, like I mentioned earlier, there's 3 zones of lights. The second one here is for the bedroom on a dimmer, which is nice. Next to it, you've got 4 USB outlets, and then again, you've got 2 110 outlets there. Again, I know I mentioned in previous videos, but again, with the 110 outlets, anything that gets plugged in will run off of the inverter, and we'll show the inverter in a little bit, but the difference between that and the USB, which runs off a 12 volt, most things run off a 12 volt, is those run directly off the battery, and they're kind of designed for low wattage, low power, and you get days on days worth of power or energy consumption that way. One other thing on 12 volt are the reading lights. We provide 2 for uniform. Only a couple color options here. A lot of clients tend to go with black. That made sense for them. And this one, there's also a stainless option as well. Both are nice, just depends on what the color scheme is that the client chooses. They wanted, actually there's 2 bedroom windows in this van. This is the first time we've done this. But there's 2 sliding bedroom windows, which will be great just for extra air ventilation. Is that a word? Air cross ventilation. But kind of neat. They're nicely framed out. Just adds another little feature of openness and homey feeling to the bedroom here, I feel. Other max air fan again is in here, and then on the foot side you've got 2 larger overhead cabinets. Again, same thing that I was talking about earlier. They're built off the frame of the actual van. So you know, the idea for us is how do we not, in the bedroom too, is like, you know, some people may want to sleep this way, but the idea is to not have cabinets over your head. So this is why I'm calling this the the foot section. I know some people in the comments in previous videos of like, why would you do that? That's why, is because you don't want to hit your head. If your feet are down there, you're not going to hit your head too often on the cabinets there. But this is pretty much the bedroom. There's one last feature on the back. I don't know if we can show you this way, but back piece there is our custom cubby. It's 4 different kind of compartments. It's designed so things don't fall down through into the bottom and into the garage, but it's just extra storage. And then in the top part on the driver's side, there's another USB, so whoever's sleeping on that side of the bed can actually charge their phone as well. Battling some sun issues right now, but we're in the back here in the garage, but also the outdoor shower. Over here is where all the water components are set up. Again, we have a 2.5 gallon hot water heater that sits in front of the 32 gallon freshwater tank. It's a wheel well tank, which is great, so it hugs the side of the van. Outdoor shower connections is great. You get heat or hot water, heated hot water, and then your water inlet or intake is there as well, so you would fill your water tank up right there. There's a window that has a light in there as well, so while it's more so geared so you can see how much water's left in your tank and when you know when you need to fill it up. Reliving my modeling days, which never happened. So anyway, I'm in the actual garage right now. So on the front panel here, you've got again, the third set of lights are back here. They're all on a dimmer, so there's 2 lights in the main cab. There's a light in here just so you can see all of your electrical components, which are over here. And again, I mentioned there's a light on the water tank to help light that up, so you can see that. Also, there's another 110 outlet there. Also, this guy here is for shore power. So a lot of people put this on the outside. There's already enough holes in the van that are up top. The more holes that are down below just increase the chances of little critters getting in. So we keep this on the inside, and we've designed it where you can just use a regular 15 amp extension cord. You can plug in here. If you run it right along through here with the weather stripping on the door, there's enough weather stripping where it manage itself right outside there without causing any damage. And you can plug in if you're at a campsite, or let's say you're a weekend warrior and you've got your van parked in maybe your garage or something, and it's out of the sunlight and it's not getting any solar, you can plug your van in and make sure that your batteries are nice and charged, ready for your next trip. But again, that's standard in every build. Behind me here, on this side here, this big blue guy here is our 4,000 watt Ames inverter. This is a beast. This is, again, the whole design that we like to do is to be able to run 2 appliances at the same time. So in this van, they've got the microwave, and then the other appliance is the water heater, but they can run those at the same time without worrying about tripping any breakers. That was the whole idea of having enough power to run that. So, the other cool thing is if somebody wanted to bring along their blender or some other thing, or even a hair dryer, you've got the ability and kind of peace of mind to run all those things. Maybe not all 3 or 4 at the same time, but 2 at a time for sure. And the idea again is that how do we bring home to the road, and we feel like we've covered that pretty well. Back up further inside there, I might be able to do a little bit more on a separate little video here, but if we do it, there's a battery to battery charger, which is the white box up front. That is basically, it charges your battery bank from the van's alternator while you're driving, which is great. So while you're traveling to your next camp spot, your battery bank's going to be charged, and typically that'll be at 100% when you arrive at your camping destination there. We provide a cell booster as well. That's the brains of it. It sits in here. There's an antenna, a strong magnetized antenna up top, and then the antenna is actually straight back there, if you can see above. I don't know if I'm pointing to the right thing, but that's there. And again, you'll see I'm 6'1". The garage is pretty big, you know, it's 31 inches tall. You can fit a couple bikes back here. We did have a renter in our rental. They did put 2 bikes in here. You got to angle them in a little bit, but they can fit. It's really just designed to hold a good amount of storage. And again, that's kind of the whole purpose of the fixed bed idea. A bed that's down here and you have to break down, you lose a lot of storage options. So again, small space, how do we maximize everything? And then behind me here, if I needed to or wanted to, I could crawl back up into the front of the cab, or if I'm in the front and, you know, it's raining out or something and I needed to get something back here, rather than needing to jump outside, the whole idea of this is to be able to get back here without bringing more mud or getting out in the crappy cold or rain. So the whole idea is just to keep it all inside, or at least have that ability. All right, guys, we are on the roof again. This is our Vandemic style roof layout. We've got 2 MaxxAir fans, 2 big solar panels. They're 195 watts each, so 390 total watts of solar. Second MaxxAir fan, and then the other little guy popping up there, that is the cell booster. That is our roof. Last thing for the exterior of the van is the rims and tires. We love doing the black on black, especially with the white. It really just ties it all in together with everything else that we do to the van. All-terrain tires, they're Wild Peak AT3s. They're all-terrain tires, and then we use some Ultra SB Toil rims. Again, black on black is where it's at. That is a wrap on this beautiful 2021 Highroof Promaster. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you happen to like the video, do us a favor, click the like button, and if you want to see more content and more van builds, do us a favor, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot, but couldn't be happier with how this turned out. Worked really well with our client. They're flying in not until for a couple more weeks, which is driving, like, it's just tough because it's all set, ready to go. And I know that they're feeling the same way, want to get on the road. But yeah, thanks again so much for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one. These are the Blackout Shades. They're insulated from Van Made Gear. Okay. That was really on there. I don't know what I was going to say.